Okay, so let's move on. This is where we ended the last time. We now have to program the other text and the edit text. Okay. So for that, we had the UI control. Yes. Okay. What is the next? The other text, right? So we'll have. I'll just copy this, UI control that, the font size, remove, the position might be edited, but this time around it will not be beam length, okay, it will be length equals something, okay, equals to what we will enter there, equals to position now. Position, it has to start at 645 as we have seen, okay, but the length here I don't think it will need that much length, and the height here I don't think it will need that much height. Okay, so let's see what that gives. Good, but I think the text there is too small. Okay, let's try and put it to 10. Font size, let's try and put it 10. So in your own machine it might be satisfactory, okay, but in mine, according to my resolution, I have to usually edit some things. If I put here 14, what happens? Beam length edit, I think it's even better like that, okay. There will be 14, and here I can manage 11. Because I need it to be visible. Okay, good. Yes, I really need it to be that visible. Okay. So so we'll continue. Now it is what? It is the edit text, right? So the style here is edit. Okay. The string, we will put a string because that is where the user have to enter his value now. We will put a string of 0. Okay, and what is that? The position. The position, it will just move following x. Okay, so it will be 1, 2, 3, 5 plus 80, right? 1, 2, 3, 5 plus 80. 1, 2, 3, 5 plus 80. What does that give me? Mathematics. Papa God. So it will have to be 1, I think it's 3, 1, 5, okay? Yes, it should be that, and we will put here 50. I don't think we need much space for that. Okay, that will suffice. 0, and what is left now is the unit, right? Is the unit, which will be meters, okay, and which would be at 1 it will be at 165. Okay, so you see this is an edit text. Okay, so I can come and enter my distance here and press enter. Whatsoever I want to enter here, I can enter. But I don't think I'm putting it this small because I don't think in meters will have beams that will go even beyond 15 meters or things like that. Okay, so that will be 15 meters. That's even too big. So that will be that. So now let's make things more interesting, more beautiful. Okay, so observe. I will set the background color of my edit text. Here is not an edit text, it is a static text. Yes. I will set the background color of my edit text. We'll put it to cyan, okay? Background color. We will put it cyan. And then we will make sure that the background color of our text This is just to make things special, okay, and beautiful. Background color of our text will be the same color as that of the figure. Okay, so there's a mistake. It is get, it is not set. So I'll get the color of the figure and set it as, I'll get the color of the figure, okay, and set it as the color of the background of my text, right? So let me do that for all of the texts. And let's see what it gives. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Okay, do you see how beautiful this is? You just come and it indicates where you have to enter the value and you enter the particular value. Clean and clear. Okay, so by default, what do we have? We have a length of 3 meters. That's what we said, that when we are entering, we have a length of 3 meters. So here, it has to be 3. Okay, so that when we launch, I have 3 meters. I can now change it to 5. And as I'm changing to 5, what happens? The element have to follow what I have entered here. Okay? So, okay. So let's do that. So what I'll do here is, for simplification purposes, I will create all of these UI controls here in an array. No, let's not say in an array, okay? An array will not be, it will not be proper to put it in an array because it might be confusing in the long run. But anyway, let's just continue, okay? Time will do things all by itself. So now, how do I actually do it? How do I actually, okay, this is an old figure that was open. How do I actually modify so that the length here can follow? How do I actually enter 5 here and let the length follow and whatsoever and let the length follow and things like that? So for that, I'll need to edit I'll need to come out with a callback for this edit text, okay? Because when I've entered 5, it is when I click on enter or when I click outside of the edit text that my length here should change, okay? I don't want to create any button okay here to say that I have edited, okay, make the change. No, I want it to be interactive, that when we enter the 5 and we press enter, let it be. And it is coincidentally what the callback of the edit text does, okay? When you enter a particular text into the edit text and you press enter or you click outside of the edit text, the callback of the edit text is being called, okay? So we will, where is it? Create a callback for our edit text. This is our edit text here. We'll create a callback for it. Okay, and we will call that callback, what's that? Change length. Okay, let's call it change length. Length. Okay, so that callback, I will create it in this function. Okay, so you have an example here of a nested function in another nested function. Okay, that is double degree of nesticity. Okay, so function change length, and I will need the source, yes, because I need to check the type of value entered, and end. So when I've pressed enter on that particular edit text, this is the function that will have to execute, right? So what has to happen here? This function is a bit delicate. Why? Because there are some conditions that will need to be respected when I'm entering values here. The length of the beam should not be equal to 0, right? The length of the beam should not be negative also. It should always be a positive number. and the length of the beam should not be a text. Okay, so we have to make sure all of those conditions are respected, right? So let's do that. So what happens when I enter a particular text here? Okay, it is stored in the string property of my edit text. The same way this 3 is appearing here because the string property of my edit text is equals to 3. Okay, it's the same way when I enter a 5 here and I press enter, I have just edited, right, the string property of this edit text. The new string property has become 5. So if I want to get the value that a user has entered here at any given time, I just need to get the string property each time the callback is executed. Okay, and again the callback is executed when I click on enter or when I click outside of the edit text. So what happens? My number, if I should call it, let me call it str, will have to be get source. Remember, the source here represents what? The handle of the object whose callback is executing, and in this case the object whose callback is executing is that particular edit text. Okay, so when I'm saying source here, I'm talking about the edit text itself, and I want to get its string property. So the number that was entered there will be stored in this string property, okay, in the form of type char. C-H-A-R, you know it already. That will be the type of the variable. Okay, so there are some conditions that we will need to check. To use that particular variable, we will need to convert it to be of numeric type in MATLAB. Okay, because here it will be of type character, right? We will need to change it to be of type numeric, so that we can use it to actually change the real length of our element to become the new one. Okay, so for that, that's a lot of explanation already. Huh? Okay, so we'll have to end here. Okay, we'll continue in the next video. Thank you very much.